Good evening friends. Today we are going to discuss about investment in new tax regime for the year assessment year 2024-25, that is financial year 23-24. In old regime, tax slabs are up to 2,50,000 is nil and 2,50,000 to 5 lakhs 5%, 5 lakh to 10 lakh 20%, above 10 lakh is 30%. Whereas in new tax regime up to 7 lakhs is there is no tax. If you cross the limit of 7 lakhs, the tax is applicable as per slab given in the PPT. That is up to 3 lakhs is nil, 3 lakh 1 to 6 lakh 5, 6 lakh 1 to 9 lakh 10%, 9 lakh 1 to 12 lakh 15%, 12 lakh to 12 lakh 1 to 15 lakhs 20%, above 15 lakhs 30%. Here new tax 30% is start from 15 lakhs, whereas old regime 30% it starts from 10 lakhs. Up to 14% of basic and DA. Further, employer contribution should be limited to 7,50,000 put together of PF, NPS and superannuation. Next one, Agnirveer Corpus Fund. If employee contribute donation by way of Agnirveer Corpus Fund under section 80 CCH2, they can avail the benefit of tax deduction under section 80 CCH. There is no slab or amount as prescribed by the government. Next is family pension income. In case of death of employee, employer contributes family pension to employee's family. The amount will be restricted 1/3 of income received by the employee or 15,000, whichever is low can be claimed under section 57(2)(a) of family pension scheme. That is, minimum the employee's family can avail deduction for rupees 15,000. Next, interest on income loan on lettered property under section 24. In this case, there is two elements. First one is self-occupied. Self-occupied property interest is fully prohibited, whereas lettered property income, that is interest, can be claimed as deduction without any limit. Next, transport allowance and conveyance allowance. First, we are going to discuss about transport allowance. Transport allowance to commute the employee from office to residence to office. It is maximum allowed rupees 33,200 per month. In a year 38,400 rupees. It can be claimed from financial year it is allowed, exemption allowed from financial year 2018-19. The maximum amount, ceiling amount per year is 38,400 by way of conveyance or by way of transport allowance. Conveyance allowance is to perform the office duty, employer paid to employee. This is conveyance allowance. Next, exemption allowed under section 10 for the new tax regime. Voluntary, next, first one is voluntary retirement scheme. Employee receives at the time of voluntary retirement, the maximum amount employee can avail rupees 5 lakhs at the time of return of filing. 5 lakhs can be claimed as savings in new tax regime. Further, if employee receives gratuity in case of government employee, fully exempted. In case of private employment, the employee comes under depends on gratuity, payment of gratuity act. Next one is leave cash encashment. Leave encashment. At the time of retirement of employee received by way of leave encashment, up to 25 lakhs is exempt under new tax regime. Next, let we see exemption and deduction not available under new tax regime in assessment year 2024-25, that is financial year 23-24. First one is deduction under section 6A, that is ATC investment like LIC and all, ATD premium mediclaim premium, ATC education and ATCC, ATCCD and ATDD. These are all not available under new tax regime. Next, ATTA, that is TDB, income earned from interest on savings made in bank or cooperative bank or post office. It is not exempted under new tax regime. House rent allowance, child education allowance, ATD in case of health insurance, ATCCD in case of national pension system and Atal Pension Yojana, employee contribution, leave travel allowance, professional tax, entertainment allowance on salaries, interest on home loan for self-occupied home, helper allowance, other special allowance under section 10(14), self contribution to NPS, employee contribution. Employer contribution can be claimed under new tax regime, whereas you cannot claim in new employee contribution. And last one is donation to political parties. These are all the deduction cannot claimed in new tax regime. That's all. See you next video. Please subscribe and click notification button. Thank you. See you.